Είναι το podcast της Stoiximan GBL Man to Man. Powered by Stoiximan.
Οποιαδήποτε μέρα και στιγμή θα προτιμούσα από το να είναι σε αυτό το στούντιο να είναι σε ένα εστιατόριο, σε μια καλή νέα ταβέρνα που έχει ανακαλύψει. Ωστόσο, ο κύριος που έχω δίπλα μου και τις υποχρεώσεις της εργασίας του τις ξέρει καλά και τις ιεραρχίες της ζωής και της καριέρας του. Ο Ολυμπιακός και το σεφ έμοιαζαν κάτι σαν το κάρμα του, ώστε, όπως έχει πει, να χαρεί και πάλι το μπάσκετ. Και ήταν μια ευκαιρία και για εκείνον να συνδεθεί και μια νέα κουλτούρα εδώ στην Ελλάδα, η οποία δείχνει να ταιριάζει και στην ιδιοσυγκρασία του. Φίλες και φίλοι της Stoiximan GBL, καλώς ήρθατε στην πρεμιέρα της δεύτερης σεζόν του Man to Man Powered by Stoiximan, το πετυχημένο podcast της Stoiximan GBL, το οποίο μας φέρνει πιο κοντά στους πρωταγωνιστές του αθλήματος που αγαπάμε. Σημερινός προσκεκλημένος, ο Εβάν Φουρνιέ. Εβάν, thank you for being here with us.
Thanks for having me.
Have you imagined watching the 2010 Barjokas Olympiacos final and the 2022 quote about the fans of Olympiacos that one day you would play for them?
Not really. I didn't. I'm not someone that thinks ahead like that. So I was just enjoying the moment, and now I'm here. So yeah, sometimes the way life works is, it's kind of crazy. So yeah, no, I had no idea.
It's also a basketball fate. Do you believe in destiny, for example?
I don't actually.
No.
I don't. I mean, I think people believe in destiny when it suits them, type stuff. But I don't believe in destiny, no.
How was your first season? I mean, not only from the outcome, but for your way of adjustment in life and in Olympiacos.
Oh, there's a lot to uncover here. It was a big change, obviously, from leaving America, the NBA, spending pretty much my whole life there. Not my whole life, but my whole professional career, 12 seasons. You move to another country that I've previous to our move here. We've never been to Greece, so we didn't really know what to expect. We have 2 kids, so it's a big change for our family, for myself, my career and stuff. And we came in with no expectations, and we were obviously treated extremely well by the people, by the organization, by everyone. Everyone tried to, they clearly made an effort to make us feel good, and we are extremely thankful for that. And overall, the adjustment to life in Greece, it actually suits us better. Like when I say us, I mean my wife and I. It suits us better than life in America, because we are Europeans. At the end of the day, the weather is unbelievable. Life is very comfortable. We live by the sea. The way people are. We feel closer. So it's been a very smooth adjustment, very easy. And after that, once life is easy, then there's no problem.
You played in various places in the States. There was any of them that it was kind of European or something? You felt closer?
Well, we enjoyed New York the most. So 2 years in Denver. Denver is actually a nice city. 2 years in Denver, 7 in Orlando, a few months in Boston, a few months in Detroit, but mostly Denver, New York, and Orlando. And the city we liked the most was New York for sure.
You talked about the expectations. What it took to bounce back from the EuroLeague's Final Four loss to win the Greek Basketball League last year?
Yeah, it was really hard to bounce back from that, I think, for both teams, actually. If you look at the game 1 of the Greek finals, both teams, neither of us really played well. I think we were both in funeral mode, both really frustrated, and nobody wanted to be there, I feel like. And, it took that defeat and, all the extra drama to really get us going. For us, at least, because obviously it was a lot going on behind the scenes, and a lot of extra motivation, and that kind of helped us to flip the switch and move on from what happened in Abu Dhabi.
What's your opinion about the Greek Basketball League?
Very physical, very physical. I don't remember because I played obviously two seasons before I got drafted in the French national championship, and I don't remember it that physical. Obviously, it's like top teams heavy, so us and Pana. But after that, I think there's some good teams out there. Like AEK was good last year. There's some teams that are competitive. It's very convenient for us that most of the teams are in Athens, so we don't get to travel as much. Even though this year we have a little bit more traveling, but I enjoy traveling Greece, actually going to different places. So yeah, I'm very happy about it.
What do you like about Olympiacos' season so far, your second season?
What do I like about it? I don't know. We just lost to Red Star, so right now it's kind of we're all frustrated about that loss. But it's like a part of the season is you have ups and downs, and you can never be too high, never be too low. You always have to trust the way you practice. There's a process. There's a lot of things that goes into having a good season. Every team has to work through some things, and we do too. We are one game away from first place. We are tied with a lot of teams, and it's gonna take a lot of focus, resilience, and effort to be a top team this year. Every season is different. Every season has its own story, and right now I think we have the keys to have a great season. Now it's up to us to make it a great season.
You told us that you don't like to look so far ahead, but what led you to accept the contract extension from Olympiacos?
It was a no-brainer, really. After the season, my agent and the team, had a meeting, and they explored the possibility. My agent talked to me about it, and I would say yes, obviously. This is a no-brainer. This is where I want to be. I want to finish my career here. I don't know how many more years left I have, but this is where I want to stay. This is home for me now, so it was a very easy decision.
Was it a challenge or hard or possibly easy to adjust to Coach Barjokas' playing style?
No, man. I think I've played for many different coaches, many different philosophies, and I'm able to adapt to pretty much anything. That's one of the qualities I'd say about my personality is I'm easy. I can fit into many different things, schemes, philosophies, whatever. And playing for Coach B, the guy is a mastermind. He's extremely smart offensively. The way he thinks the game and his approach is great. He's team oriented, which was a big difference from coming from New York, where it was high so heavy. You give your best player the ball at all times, and you have shooters basically surrounding him, and it was refreshing. And you can I truly believe you can learn from everyone. And I've learned a lot of things last year with him offensively, and our relationship continues to grow. So it was a very easy transition.
Do you think though that you have to change some aspects or fields of your game in order to, when you change situation and teams generally in your career, you have to do that, or it's just work, just basketball?
You always have to adapt because you don't play with the same guys. You can't unless you're Kevin Durant, and wherever you go, you bring your own style of play. You have to adapt because you don't play with the same players. You don't have the same coaches. Plays are different. Because you have to, like, for me, being a great basketball player, you obviously have to be great yourself, but you have, the way you play, you have to allow your teammates to be good at the same time. If you play great and you play good, but it takes away the strength of everyone else, then it's no good. So how can you be efficient? How can you be good and allow the guys next to you to express themselves as well? And that obviously for me last year that took a lot of adjustment. There was, I don't know, like maybe 3 weeks, maybe a month, where you have to see, okay, who's good at what, how do the guys are playing together, and how could I fit into that, and elevate the team.
Coach Barjokas said last year that he's willing to let you go a little overboard to trust your instinct, and you joked that he wants to kill you sometimes for your shot selection. How's that balance?
I think it's credit to him, because we know that most coaches don't like rush shots, contested shots, but sometimes players, we feel things and we see things, and sometimes you have to pull the trigger. You have to play with confidence, and that it's never perfect, but it's as long as there's a trust, I think that's the most important thing.
Your competitiveness is obvious. All your teammates in SEF say that you're a great teammate. Is mentoring a thing that it's perhaps a burden for you or unnecessary in today's game?
Actually, I don't see myself as a mentor at all. I don't, nor a role model. Like I'm a basketball player. I don't see myself as a mentor to anyone. If, of course, there is a player or a younger player that wants to learn and ask questions and is curious about things, then gladly I would say my bit. But I'm not one to say, hey, this is what I've done, this is who I am, and you're gonna listen to me. I don't think that's how it works, and that's never how I approached it. You can't help someone if he doesn't want help. So I think, first of all, there's many ways to be a leader, and just being a great leader on your own, and people can see that and observe you is one of many great examples of how to do it.
Do you have any specific pregame ritual or something that you're usually doing during game day?
Yeah, we all do, but it's honestly, it's not that special. It's just to have, I do some shooting in each spots after shoot around. Then I have my chef that brings my meal because I always eat the same thing. My chef brings the meal to the hotel, and then it's game day. So it's like regular stuff, the music playlist, the stretch routine.
What kind of? Sorry.
Music, mostly French rap. And just before so after the meeting and right before we go to the court, I listen to very relaxing music, because I'm so tense, I need to cool down a bit. So yeah.
I was wondering because yesterday I read that Luka Doncic makes Lakers to play Slovenian music on the speakers, not on his headphones. After spending time in Athens, how different do you think are the expectations from the French and the Greek basketball fans and people generally?
You can't compare, man. Greek fans are passionate. They are fans for real. I'm not saying that in France we don't have fans, but it's not the same, man. It's just not. Like I think when I look at like Gate 7 and like it really means something for them. The team it represents more than just a basketball team or a football team. It's like it's like a family. It's like a way of life. And as far as basketball, we just don't have that in France. It's not even a comparison. I was talking with Moose this summer because we were watching the Eurobasket and how Greek fans were involved and what it meant for them to get that that medal. Moose and I, we got two medals together, two silvers, one silver at the Tokyo Olympics and one at the Eurobasket 2022. And the reaction from our fans when we got the medals, it was totally different. And we were joking around, but completely different.
You often reveal that you get food gifts from fans and stuff like that. Yeah. It's well known that you love to find new tastes in Greece. Do you think that besides that desire, it's a smooth way, to connect to the local culture, genuinely?
Yes, of course. Of course, yes. I think when you move to a country, you have to embrace, the culture, the people, especially the way guys welcomed us. It makes you want to learn even more about the country. And so, yeah, food is definitely a way of getting to know people, and food is great because you can share it. Like visiting is great, but like those moments when you go to a restaurant or you share some food or a plate or dessert, whatever. First of all, everyone likes it, so everyone gets to give their thoughts or their opinion. And food says a lot about culture. Greek food is how can I say this in English? It's very fulfilling. It's giving. It's not the most refined food like we have in some places like in France, or it's like very technical. No, it's like there's a lot of love in food in Greece, and I feel like that reflects very well how Greek people are.
What's the best kind of food you would take your teammates after a win or a loss, or the result, it doesn't matter?
To a restaurant? In Athens, you mean? Or like here?
Wherever you want.
Wherever? After games, I'm hungry for lamb chops usually. So probably to a tavern. Yeah. There's a tavern that I always go to in Vati. They have great lamb chops. So yeah, probably there.
Ακούτε το podcast της Stoiximan GBL Man to Man. Powered by Stoiximan.
Do you think that your hug with Kendrick Nunn and Juancho's decision to watch your trophy ceremony is a good way to avoid this tension this year?
I think players, we all have respect for each other. I mean, we compete on the court. When we're on the court and we get going, then yeah, there's no friendship or none of that. You compete, and the more physical it gets, the more personal it gets, of course. But when it's all over and done, like even if you don't like someone, it's over. You say congrats, whatever, or see you next time, or like whatever it is. But there has to be some closure on the court, and it is what it is. I mean, we are here to compete. We're not here to be best friends. It's okay. It's totally fine. But I don't think there was anything crazy about last year on our parts. Outside, like it was physical basketball, and we were playing for a championship. That's what it's supposed to be. So I don't know how it's going to go this year, but we'll see.
Before you even wore the red jersey, you talked about a sacred club. The connection with the fans was instant, and there was a bigger connection after your image, crying after the semifinal. Do you think that this is an inspiration, or it balances also with pressure and expectations from the fans?
What do you mean?
For you, it's an inspiration to have that kind of connection with the fans, or it comes also with a burden, a pressure to prove things?
I don't see it this way. Pressure isn't like pressure is not real. Like it's not real. It's something your mind creates. I mean, we've like pressure for a shot. For example, if you shoot a shot and you have the pressure, like you've taken that shot thousands of times. It's just the outside circumstances that are a little different. But your brain really, your brain dictates if you feel the pressure or not. So this is really like an eternal thing. I don't think there's added pressure at all. If anything, there's added energy, motivation, love from everything that happened with the fans last year. But pressure, no, I don't see it this way.
You also had that tweet, if I remember right, Papaloukas, no doubt, in a question about your EuroLeague favorite player. Did you have the chance to meet him, and have you thought to meet, to get in touch with other Red legends in order to grow that connection with the club?
I'm talking to Papa Lucas pretty often, actually. We've met, we've had lunch a couple times. We saw each other not long ago, like 2 weeks ago. So yeah, we are in contact, of course, and he always has a few good things to say about the game and stuff, and it's always great to hear what a player with his experience has to say.
Did that kid that didn't choose judo like his parents rediscover something about himself during his first season away from the NBA last year?
I wouldn't say rediscovered, but I'm someone that when I was younger, even earlier in my career, I was really emotional on the court. Like I played with my emotions a lot, too much maybe. And when I was in Europe, it was fine because there wasn't as many games, and so you could ride your emotions. But playing in the NBA, there's just too many games to do that. You're gonna crash and you're gonna have ups and downs crazy because you ride those emotions. And even though now I'm much more stoic than what I used to be, the passion here kind of allowed me to go back to that, and that felt great. To play with that fire and that energy. That's what I was missing. And I'm really glad I was able to feel like alive again. I can think of many moments, but that felt really good, really good.
How did you handle the situation in New York after the first season that you started all of your games?
I mean, it was tough, but you got to be a professional. I mean, what could you do? You went from breaking a franchise record, a 30-year-old franchise record, to starting the first few games and then not playing at all. I mean, it's tough. But that's the NBA, man. Things goes fast, and you have to adapt to the situation. And I kept working. During the summer, I had the national team to get ready for, to look forward to, and that's it. But outside of that, there's not much else you can do.
Do you think that you said that the NBA is fast, all the speed on court and off the court? In comparison to that motto, every game matter in EuroLeague, is it really less stressful to play in the NBA? It's easier to get by a loss or to move on the next game?
No, it's not.
Or it's just character of each player?
It's just you have to adapt to your surroundings. So, like if you play once a week or twice a week, like one loss, like it stings. It really stings. Like you think about it for 2-3 days. You don't have the luxury to do that in the NBA because you have a game literally the next day, or in 48 hours. So you can't. I mean, if you have a game, in 2 days, you can't keep thinking about the loss, because you have to move on. You have to move forward. So, of course, I think it's a great job by the EuroLeague. Their slogan, "Every game matters," because there is less games. So yeah, there is a little bit more tension when you play. If you have a bad loss or a game that you shouldn't have lose. Then yeah, you feel bad, and you don't get that many opportunities to redeem yourself. In the NBA, when you start the season and you just look at the schedule, and sometimes you look at games, you're like, okay, this game is like 75% chance we're gonna lose because of the schedule. We're on a back-to-back, 4 games in 5 nights. We haven't been home in 10 days, whatever. We get in at 3 a.m. and then it's just games where you feel like the team is just not there. But that's mostly because of the schedule, and it is what it is. There's so many games. There's 82 games. I don't think people realize how hard it is physically, especially now with the pace of the game and all the traveling. You getting late, the fatigue and stuff. Some games you just have nothing in you. It's not that you're not intense. It's just you have nothing, and you don't have that in the EuroLeague because there's less games. Yes.
One of the reasons that you joined Olympiacos, your words is that you wanted to enjoy basketball again. I don't know if it's a naive question, but how difficult is it to lose that joy in the so-called show business of the NBA?
I think it happens. It's not just the NBA, by the way. It's professional sports overall. I mean, I'm sure there's plenty of guys that have lost their love of the game in the EuroLeague as well. It's just the way pro sport is set up. Depending on your situation and stuff, it can take away a little bit of your love for the game, because when you start playing, obviously you have big dreams and stuff, but mostly you start playing basketball with your friends, and the more organized it becomes, the more professional it becomes. It becomes less about enjoying the game. It's like a job. I mean. You practice every day. You don't always do the stuff you want to do every day.
Perhaps business is a key word, to face it as business, just work.
Yeah, it is a business. It is a business, and the people that thrive in that setup, being a basketball player, you have to love really the daily routine of a basketball player. You have to love the struggles, the being sore from a game, the practices, the individual workouts, the lifts, the rehab, all the little things that you do on a daily basis that help you being good on the court. Like, you have to enjoy doing that. If you don't, then most likely, at some point it's going to be tough for you.
I guess it's important. Of course, it's obvious, but how difficult it is for your family to get used to the athlete daily routine?
I mean, my wife is a veteran now. She's good. It was hard for her when we were in Orlando and we didn't have any kids, because I was gone for so long. I was literally gone all the time, and she was by herself, at home, not doing much. That was very hard for her. I think that's something that people also don't realize is our girlfriends and wives, and they stay at home by themselves a lot. So yes, of course, you make great money. You can't complain about that. But being alone is not easy, especially when you're in the country and you don't know anyone. Family is away. So that's a part of the life that we chose together, and now she's all set. My kids know what I'm doing. They're big enough to understand that when I leave, it's for a basketball game. But for them now, it's now that I'm in Europe, it's light work. Like, I'm gone maybe once or twice, 3 times a month max. So it's easy. They enjoy watching me on TV sometimes. They enjoy coming to the games on Sundays, with the Greek League, because the games are early, which is cool. And yeah, we're veteran now, so all good.
You were in a leading role in both sides of what I'm about to say. A few years ago, there was that European fear that NBA would lure all the talent from here, but in recent years, significant players like you come from the NBA to play in Europe. Why do you think this is happening?
Well, I think it's a good question. First of all, I think because there's more and more European stars in the game, there's more and more people watching Eurobaskets, FIBA basketball. Like, for example, this summer, Eurobasket was on TV in America, and people were actually watching it. When I was playing, I started, my first Eurobasket was 2015. People didn't give a shit. Now they do, and so they watch more games. All the basketball influencers or media, people that have podcasts or YouTube channels, etc. Instead of only showing highlights of NBA players, now they show more and more highlights of EuroLeague guys, and they're more interested. And so there's a bigger pool of people that are interested in European basketball. So that draws more attention. There's probably more money than what it used to be for teams. So also players are, American players are, looking at, the EuroLeague a little bit more. And I think guys like big names coming to the EuroLeague attracts also other big names. And I think you're going to start seeing more and more legit NBA veteran that had legit NBA careers coming in. You're going to see, also younger prospect, hopefully. They have the guy from Finland. He's unfortunately not playing, but, he's a part of a EuroLeague roster, and I think it's going to draw more people in. There's just a lot of people interested in European basketball. They want to see what's going on over here.
There is that ongoing, debate about EuroLeague and the NBA. Do you think that there are similarities now with the playing style, or it's just a different game, as many of in both sides of the?
No, you can't compare the two. To be honest, you can't. I'll say this though: I was surprised by how the game has evolved in the EuroLeague and the way it's going to evolve. It's going to continue to evolve. I think there's more and more teams playing faster and faster. We've just quick one pass offense. When you think about EuroLeague 10 years ago, it was slower. It was half court all the time. A lot of post ups. Physical guys everywhere. Like now the game's more about speed, agility.
Perhaps shooting?
Yeah, shooting has always been there, in my views at least. But like now you have teams like Paris, you have teams like Valencia, you have teams like Munich. Pana actually plays a little bit like that as well. Like, you bring the ball up, you have a screen, and you just play off it. Which teams in NBA used to do that, 5-6 years ago. Now the NBA is even faster, but it's something different. But the game is evolving, and to me, it's going to continue heading this way.
What a pure shooter like you think about the other debate about the 3-point shooting in the new era of basketball?
What about it?
That there's too much shooting. Do you agree, first of all?
I don't feel there's too much shooting in Europe. I don't feel like that. I felt that way in some NBA games, yes. In Europe, I don't feel that way at all, actually. So it's really based on personnel and teams.
If we take away basketball for a while, what is your greatest wish?
My biggest wish? Right now?
You said you don't want to talk about the future, so I guess it's right now.
Right now, man, that's outside of basketball. Honestly, I have no idea. Because my biggest wish, I have no idea. That's a tough question right now. I have no idea to that my kids keep growing and being healthy. That's the biggest thing.
I don't know if there's a secret or a recipe. What does it take to be successful? And do you agree perhaps with the expression win at all costs?
Well, I think first of all, you got to define what's being successful. Like we all have different definition of being successful. Is it money? Is it being fulfilled in what you do? Is it health? It depends. Like to me, like for us this year, being successful would mean winning the EuroLeague. That's what it would mean. But for some, like for you, for example, I don't know what successful means. So whatever it is that you're doing, it's to me it's about the daily habits. It's about what do you do every day that gets you towards where you want to go. Who do you want to be as a person, and what do you do every day to be that person? To me, that's the most important thing. Like life is hard for everyone. We all have different challenges, but how do you approach those difficulties, on a daily basis, and never stop learning. Yep, I'd probably say those two things.
Besides basketball talent, what do you think that it's the biggest personal virtue of yours, or perhaps your approach in life?
Wow, you should ask other people, not me, really. I think one good thing about me is I'm very resilient. Like, it doesn't matter what's in front of me. I'm always going to fight, and I always believe I'm going to find a way to make it work, regardless of the situation. I've always been like that since I was a kid, because of how I'm very lucky. If I'm being honest, I'm very lucky, and I was blessed to grow up in a family where both of my parents. I'm an only child, and both of my parents really focused on my development as a kid, and they developed my mentality, my spirit. Both were judo athletes at a high level, a national team, French national team. That's how they met, actually. And I think without even knowing it, they gave me fighters' values. They kind of prepared me for life as a pro athlete, even without knowing it. And that's definitely something that gave me a boost, and that helped me a lot through my career and my life. So really, I can't thank them enough, really.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you, man.
Αυτός ήταν ο Εβάν Φουρνιέ και τον ευχαριστούμε για τον χρόνο του. Στην πρεμιέρα της δεύτερης σεζόν του Man to Man Powered by Stoiximan, του πετυχημένου podcast της Stoiximan GBL. Μείνετε συντονισμένοι, διότι θα ακολουθήσουν και άλλες αφηγήσεις και ιστορίες από σημαντικούς πρωταγωνιστές του αθλήματος που όλοι αγαπάμε. Καλή συνέχεια με πολύ και καλό μπάσκετ.